the main question, but I really want to know most from
academia in India and industry in like Europe or USA.
Got it. So based on all those three places that you mentioned, if you have to ask just by looking at the work, your interest, which one you would choose? Just
like
forget
Hong Kong,
about
Hong Kong University, no doubt. Like
why
based
Hong
on
Kong?
like quality of publications and
Okay.
reputation of the group.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
like my mentor is like from European countries, like
Okay.
she is full professor there and some dean of like.
Why not Central Florida? Just because of the
Like
university?
just because of the ranking is very high, like in the range of like 600 to 800.
But why you worried
I have
about
no
ranking?
idea. Yeah.
Why you worried about ranking?
Like
No, I'm saying why
that,
you are so focused about ranking. Are you you're what I'm saying is just based on the ranking or based on who the professor is and what work you're going to do?
professor like in central like UCF professor is also like new professor. He
Okay.
recently joined UCF after he completed like a PhD from Harvard and postdoc from MIT.
So let me ask you, just forget about ranking. Which work is very appealing and futuristic?
Like I can say both, like Hong Kong and the UCF one,
Both.
and even like States Clyde one, like
Okay. And you for your interest, all three work is good for you. All three you can do, and it's not.
yeah, but like Hong Kong University is like more interesting and more aligned to my research background,
Mhm.
and like also like quality of work.
So if I was you, to be honest with you, look, I mean, you mentioned, right, what the future holds for you
Mm-hmm.
and what you want to do. I would say, I mean, the only reason I won't go to Hong Kong is because the uncertainty in the political situation there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is a big reason, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Like how is like UCF?
That's what I'm saying. The reason why I asked you why not UCF is because.
Like only one reason is like ranking.
But why
No,
you? That's what I'm saying. Why you worried about ranking? Why?
like
I
some
mean, you
people
have
like
already
say,
done your PhD and everything. It's done. I mean, ranking
yeah.
doesn't matter. I mean, here's the thing. If so
Like how is like
basically,
States Clyde? How is like this States Clyde University?
I mean, I have been there actually to
Oh,
University of Subglide. Yeah, I have been there.
yeah.
We had a project there. There's a metal forming center close to that university, very big one.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
it's Glasgow, I think, where the university is, near Glasgow.
Yeah, in the Glasgow,
Yeah.
near to
But
Glasgow
only thing,
University.
that place is very depressing.
Okay.
That's what I
And
heard.
how is like Orlando or like Florida?
No, I mean, University of Central Florida is, I won't say it's a bad university, to be honest with you.
So
That's what
why
I
like
ask you. Why you are too much fixated on ranking? That's that's was I was trying to understand, because you have already done your education,
yeah.
and if you want to, if you do, that's why I ask you. The most important for you is what work are you trying to do? Like, what
Okay.
is the work is too good, or the work is boring, or has less appeal future wise?
Like
So
work at like UCF is more aligned to like industrial part.
I mean, the reason I asked you very simple is, if you, so let me put it this way. In the US, I can tell you for sure, and I think I can't say much about UK, what the visa situation, everything plays there. But if you come to US,
Okay.
okay, if you come to US, then you will find to get an industry job,
Yeah,
you
right.
will need
Right.
a visa.
Okay.
But at the same time, I would say if you come to US, and I don't know what's your publication situation is,
Yeah,
and
I have good like strong publication record in PhD also. Like I have
uh,
published more than 15 papers in high quality
and what's
journals.
your citation and all that?
Cited is like around more than 100.
Okay, so I would say, like, if um, maybe after a year or two, you can apply for a green card in US, and you will be able to get it most likely,
Okay.
and then it will be easy for you to find an industry job or something. But
Okay. Okay.
but if
Great.
you come as a
That's great.
postdoc,
I'm also touch with like some professor at UCLA and Purdue University.
it's the same situation, same thing, right? What are you going to do
Yeah.
after that? So that's the reason I'm asking your question.
Yeah.
So if you want to go back to India, right?
Yeah.
Let's say if you want to go back and want to become a professor in one of the IITs or whatever,
Mm.
right? Um, uh, I mean, there are students. I have friends who have done postdocs and PhDs from universities which are not Harvard or something, and they are
Mm-hmm.
there.
Okay.
I mean, I have friends who have done PhD from Wyoming, and he's a professor at IIT Bombay. So my point here is to you is I'm not so sure about Hong Kong, to be honest with you,
Mm-hmm. Right.
just because
Yeah.
of the political situation. I don't think it's panning out very well.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's a huge uncertainty there. So
Yeah.
I know the group is good and all that, but
Yeah. Ranking
still,
is also good, like around 20.
which one?
Uh, QS
Yeah,
ranking
but
is around like
yeah,
20.
but ranking, I don't know why you are too much fixated on ranking, but I'm not sure how well this serves you at this point.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That's
Okay.
what I'm trying to understand, like why you are
So
fixated.
then, like best option is like UCF.
The reason why I say, because US is a stable, universities are, UCF is a not a bad university. You are talking, you just mentioned about the professor. Seems he has a good background.
Yeah, he
He
has like a
being
strong
a
background.
being a young professor, is a good, I think, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
because you maintain a long-term relationship.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the most important thing is, if the work at UCF is really good, you think it's a futuristic work, it has a value,
Mm-hmm.
hands down, come to US. That's my feeling.
Okay. Okay.
And the
Great.
weather
Great.
is nice.
Great. I have already applied for like DS 2019.
Yeah, whatever it
Like,
is. I mean, I don't know
yeah.
much about that, but
Mm-hmm.
and then the only thing I would tell you, that because you will be in US, with a visa, you will have option to, as I said, go for academics in India, go for academics in US.
Mm-hmm.
And US, the reason why I say US is because in US the opportunity pool is very huge. Everybody comes here, finds a job. You understand that?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and regardless of what you do, I mean, if you are a dancer, you will find a job here. If you are an
Mm-hmm.
engineer, you will find a job here.
Yeah.
Just imagine, like 100,000 students come every year. Everybody gets a job, right? More or less. And
Yep.
then, for a PhDs, US serves, in my opinion, very well, industry-wise.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was doing my PhD, was sponsored by General Motors. There was a guy who was an Indian guy. He was a fellow in General Motors. He said, Amit, if you want to go back to India, get an academic job. US is good if you are getting an industry job, R&D,
Okay. Okay.
because R&D is very less in India, at least
Yeah.
in those days, 10 years back. Maybe it changed now. But I will say, hands down, come to US, you will have a better experience, networking wise. As I said, unless and until the professor is not good, unless and until the work you are thinking is very boring and doesn't have too much future, then I won't come,
Okay.
because what you're gonna do from here is gonna shape, where you're gonna go next. So work is important, most importantly. I mean, you will
Yeah.
find people who are working in a very, very important areas and topics,
Mm-hmm.
and in a university you don't know, but they end up doing a really good thing. Versus,
Mm-hmm.
and my experience has been is like that. Like my PhD was not, the topic I had was very boring, does not have too
Mm-hmm.
much value. It didn't help me at all. but the postdoc helped
Yeah.
me quite a lot. So choose for postdoc, most importantly, you have to understand is it's ranking. I would say do matter, but again, you're talking about MITs, Harvards, and what's the other ones, right? And but most importantly, the matters is how good how much freedom you get from your advisor, what is how important role your advisor is playing, and also I would say your the work you're gonna do, the group
Yeah.
you're going, things like that. Uh, Again, nothing wrong with Hong Kong. The only reason I would say I won't choose
Yeah,
it
this
is
politics.
because of the political uncertainty at this point.
Yeah, that I agree.
And third glide, I don't know. I mean, I have I knew two people there when I used to go there. My feeling is that if you have a family and and you want to spend time to do things too, and you have been already been to UK, I would say go to other country, experience.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if this third glide was Oxford, then I would not say that, but
Yeah,
third glide is
exactly.
third glide, so it doesn't matter,
UCLA or some Imperial and like other.
right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. But I would say you will enjoy Orlando. Coming from India, you will find the weather is very much similar to India, things like that. So if you have a family kid, you will enjoy that quite a lot.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So go there.
Sure.
Unless as I said, unless there is something wrong with the topic and interest and things like that. But otherwise, just go. Yeah. And as I said, you once you've come here, then after you spend 6 months, 8 months, get in touch with me. We can talk about what's
Yeah,
going on,
sure. Yeah,
and then
sure.
you can talk about what you can do next, what you want to do, should be doing,
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
Cool. No, good job and excellent and congratulations. And once you come here, just send me an email that you are here.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure,
Yeah.
I will
Keep
do.
in touch.
Yeah. So thank you so much for your
Yeah,
suggestion
no
and like
problem. I think you are
guidance.
making a right decision, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ramesh. Okay. Bye
Bye.
bye. Cheers.